Welcome to AEP's Customer Solutions Center. This call may be recorded for quality assurance. In a few words, tell me why you are calling. I am sorry, could you repeat that again? For outages or hazards, please to report a hazardous condition. Your hazard report is important. Please hold. We are routing your call to the first available representative. We care about your safety and the safety of our employees. Please help us follow the recommended social distancing guidelines by remaining at least 6 feet away from our personnel while they are working.
Hello, my name is Cher. May I have your first and your last name?
Yeah, hi, Cher. My name is Brandon. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I just need to get a clarification on something. I've been dealing with some low-frequency noise coming from the power lines and service equipment out here from the electric company AEP Ohio on White Oak Avenue in Zanesville, Ohio. It's been like this for about the past 26 months, since July of 2018, when AEP Ohio made some changes to the service leg out here. Now, there was a noise assessment performed back in March of this year that confirmed, in fact, that this low-frequency noise is coming from AEP's equipment. But one of the things that the expert, I guess, is saying is that according to occupational safety exposures, they're saying that according to those standards, that this is acceptable. But what I'm calling to ask you about rather is occupational safety standards. Isn't that pertaining to businesses and industrial commercial properties? That wouldn't pertain to residential properties, correct?
I'm not sure. I think the best person that you would need to talk to is the customer service rep for your area.
Yeah, I've tried that.
Number so I can send them a message.
Yeah, I've tried that. Terry Gallagher. They don't return my calls or anything. They just send threatening letters and tell me not to contact AEP Ohio. But I can't get anybody to answer this question. I already know the answer to the question. I'm just expecting somebody from AEP Ohio to understand the answer to the question too. It simply doesn't apply. I don't live in an industrial or commercially zoned or industrial zoned property. It's a residential zoned property, so therefore the standards are different for residential areas as opposed to businesses and for employees' exposure. I'm not an employee in a business. I'm a man that is staying on my property, and I guess for some reason this supposed expert wants to compare me on my property to an occupational safety standard set forth for employees of a business, which it's like apples and oranges, if you understand. So I don't understand why AEP Ohio would use that as an excuse and claim it's from an expert when they don't even understand the difference between residential property and commercial or industrial property. I don't know. I'm just having. I don't know. I've been trying to get this fixed for some time now, and I keep getting excuses after excuses. And it just, when I found this out, that's what this so-called expert, I guess, is saying as to why they're not going to fix the problem out here, or why AEP Ohio is saying there isn't a problem. Because even though they've identified that the noise is coming from their equipment, they're saying that it's, according to them, according to AEP, according to you guys, that it's acceptable. But apparently you guys are using the wrong standards. And even in the graph that was sent with the noise assessment results, it shows in there that sleep disturbances start at roughly about 22 decibels on the graph that was sent, and the values across my property are easily double that value. They're somewhere between mid-40s to mid-50s decibels across my property, which is twice the value. So it's more than twice as loud, if you have any idea how decibels work. But regardless of all the details, the fact is that this problem's been going on for 26 months. I've been trying to get it fixed, and I've been getting told excuses after excuses after excuses as to why AEP Ohio is not going to fix it. But all I've ever heard is excuses that don't actually pertain to the situation. They're using things out of context. Like I said, comparing my residence to a commercial or industrial property, it's apples and oranges. They have to use a standard that's appropriate for a residential area. Period. I don't understand why the expert doesn't understand that. But clearly, if he doesn't understand that, he's not an expert, right? So I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this and get this fixed. This has been going on for way too long. It took me from July 2018 until March of 2020 this year, just to get AEP Ohio out here to figure out what it is, or determine that it is in fact their equipment. They did that. You guys did that, and here we are, end of September, almost October, and still have yet to get it fixed. And I had some conversations last night with customer service rep, because this low frequency noise gets extremely disturbing, especially at night when it's a lot quieter, less ambient noises and so forth. It's a lot harder for me to distract myself from it, or to drown the noise out if it's even possible. But yeah, I'm just trying to get this fixed. It wasn't like this before July 2018 when the service leg out here was changed. It was changed from a 4 kilovolt system to 12 kilovolt system, and then I think there was some other equipment added for this new mesh network wireless grid system that was installed with the new wireless meters and all that. Ever since those changes were made in July of 2018, which I've confirmed, all this was done by AEP back in July of 2018. It caused the equipment out here to start transmitting or emitting this low frequency hum. Didn't do it before, but it started doing it after. So it's either faulty equipment that's failing, or it's the service leg wasn't designed properly to handle the load that it's servicing, and it's causing it to throw out a lot of noise. Or there might be some other issues there as well. I'm not an electrical engineer, so it'd be pure speculation based on limited knowledge. So at this point, I would have thought that AEP Ohio, if they cared to actually protect communities and provide quality services and products and so forth, I figure that they would have already been out here to fix this at some point in time. But I don't understand why a company would willingly or willfully allow their negligence to hurt somebody on their private property and not even want to address the problem. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what I've been dealing with this whole entire time for the last, well, at least since February 27th of 2019, when I originally found out that this whole humming noise was coming from the electrical power lines equipment. So here I am, how many months later, from February 27th of 2019, and I still can't get this fixed. And it keeps me from being able to sleep at night, get any peace and quiet, or enjoy my property. And at this point, it's looking like I'm going to have to just walk away from my property and become homeless, because I can't live in this house and deal with this noise that's coming off of the power lines, and AEP Ohio doesn't seem to want to fix it. And I don't understand why. Nobody can explain to me and give me a valid reasoning as to why this shouldn't be fixed. I don't know, maybe you'd be able to, but I don't think there really is. But go ahead if you're able to.
I'm not able to, and it seems like that you were already given a response from the company about it, but it's just that the response that you got is not what you were hoping for. And I know it's frustrating because
it's not what I'm hoping for. Hang on a second.
Stress.
It has nothing to do with what I'm hoping for. It's about what's appropriate. This is not normal for the power line equipment in a residential neighborhood to be throwing out this much low frequency noise. This is abnormal. I've never experienced or heard this type of noise coming off of the power lines ever before. So this is something that's abnormal, that it's either because of faulty equipment, or it's because the service leg wasn't designed properly to handle the load that it's on. I know enough about electrical circuitry to understand that is part of the side effect. When you overload a circuit, it causes the circuit to hum and make all kinds of extra noises and stuff. There could be some other factors that I'm not taking into consideration, but regardless of all the semantics, I shouldn't have to become an electrical engineer to figure out what the electrical company did when they made the changes that they made, that I've confirmed that they've made, and that they've also themselves have performed a noise assessment at my property and have confirmed that in fact the noise is coming from their own equipment, but for some reason want to use standards comparing my residentially zoned property to a business and to employees' exposure, which last time I checked, I don't live in a commercially or industrial zoned property. I'm not an employee somewhere. I'm a man that's on my private property, and it has to be treated accordingly. So can you confirm for me real quick, just do you see there in the notes where it says anything about the occupational safety standards or the exposure and all that? Do you see anything there where it says that?
I would need your account number in order to verify that.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's not necessary because of the negligence of AEP Ohio, I've had to disconnect my services and not be a customer because I can't simply do business with a company that doesn't care that they're hurting private people, their health on their private property, and want to make excuses as to why they think it's okay. I mean, this is just absurd. I mean, in what civilized country, an industrialized country, have you ever heard of where a utility company is allowed to just use whatever faulty equipment they want or cause whatever harm they want and get away with it? Or any company for that matter. I mean, typically companies are held liable for the harm that they cause and their negligence. And the funny thing is that AEP Ohio gave me all of the evidence that I've got. I got it from you guys. You guys proved all of the complaints that I made going back to however long it was, I think February 27th of 2019, when I first started complaining to you guys about all this. You guys ignored it, and then fast forward to over a year later in March of this year, you guys confirm it with a noise assessment, and then through complaints with the PUCO, I get confirmed that you guys actually upgraded the service leg back in July of 2018, the same time I stated that all this started up, this low frequency noise. So it's just funny that you guys validate my complaints, give me the evidence of it. You guys give me the noise assessments. You guys give me the evidence to the PUCO complaints, the information about the upgrade to the service leg and everything else, which corroborates my complaints, and still want to deny it. I mean, wow. That's just, that takes a special individual to be that incompetent. That apparently does not care that what they're doing is hurting people. I mean, I guess some people just sell their soul to the devil, and there just is no connection there anymore. I guess I don't ever understand that because I refuse to do that. But wow, that's a shame that an electric company doesn't care that they're hurting people. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? Can you wrap your mind around what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I understand your concern.
And are you okay with working for a company that has no problem hurting people?
Well, I don't know all of the facts from both sides. I only know...
Well, that doesn't matter. I'm just asking a simple question. Let's say hypothetically, if you found out the company you work for is hurting people, would you feel okay and comfortable still working for that company and collecting a paycheck, knowing that they don't care that they hurt people?
Mr. Killeran,
that's not my name. That's not my name. But anyways, I just asked you a simple question. It's not that hard to answer.
I understand that you're not happy with the results of this complaint that you filed with the company, but I know that they've already ended this.
Oh, no, this didn't end. This hasn't ended until you guys fix it or until you guys answer to the lawsuit that I'm going to file in court because of the damages that you guys have caused. This is far from over. You guys have no idea. And you guys can threaten me all you want with these cease and desist letters and all this garbage. Quite frankly, you guys are causing me harm on my private property, and that will stand for account in a court of law. I don't care what you guys say. This is not over. This is far from over. Mark my words. We will be dealing with this in a court of law because you guys have caused harm and you guys have acquiesced and made excuses. And even to this day, after giving me the validation of the complaints that I've made, you guys still want to ignore it and act like there's not a problem when you guys yourselves have validated everything I've said. I mean, how incompetent do you guys got to be when you validate what I say and then you still want to ignore it and act like it's non-existent? I mean, it couldn't be more blatant that you guys are criminally negligent, and you think by ignoring it and sticking your head in the sand like an ostrich is going to somehow fix the problem? I mean, where are the adults at here? Are there any adults that actually work for AEP Ohio, or does everybody just act like incompetent little spoiled children that don't understand how to do a job or a simple task and get it completed? How hard is it to understand you've got either failing equipment or you've got an issue out here that's abnormal for the power lines to be putting out this type of low frequency noise, and you guys don't care that it's causing that problem? How psychotic do you have to be okay with that? I mean, that's indicative of some real serious mental illness if you have no problem with the fact that a company is causing harm to people. And you're apparently working for that company and profiting from it.
I can do for you in regards to this issue. You would have to speak to our either corporate management or legal team.
No, I don't.
I can do for you.
No, I don't. I'm still giving you guys opportunities to fix this in the meantime. At this point in time, given right now, I can't move forward with the lawsuit. I've got other more pressing matters. But as soon as I take care of these other pressing matters, I will be moving forward with a lawsuit addressing this criminal negligence. But in the meantime, I'm still giving you guys opportunities to just be responsible and fix it. But you guys don't even want to do that. I mean, how ridiculous and incompetent you guys got to be when I'm trying to be the better man here and give you guys the opportunity to just fix it. And I won't have to call and say anything anymore and ask you guys to fix your screw up anymore because you guys will have fixed it. I don't understand why it's so hard for you people to understand that and wrap your mind around it. It's a very, very simple concept.
Okay, once again, there's nothing further that I can do to assist you.
That's not true. You guys don't want to assist. You guys don't want to fix the problem. That's the issue. You can say it however you want. The problem is that you guys don't want to fix the problem. You guys don't care that what your guys' negligence is doing is causing harm to people's health and causing harm to the fact that I can't enjoy my property.
Connecting the call.
Of course you are, because you're okay. You're a psychotic. You're a psychopath. You're okay with people getting hurt.